Hey guys, it's Lily Pad Polish, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to create this really pretty summery dry brush technique manicure. So this is a super simple one. It's really easy. It's definitely one for beginners, especially if you don't exactly know or are comfortable with doing really detailed nail art. This is a cute little manicure that literally anybody can do. You don't really have to be skilled in any department. You just have to know of this technique and you can pretty much pull it off. There's not really a wrong way to do it. Even if it's messy, that's sort of the look that this gives you. And I have done this before, but I realized that I didn't have an actual tutorial on my channel for it, and it's really so simple that anybody can do it. So I figured that I would make this video today, and I just really love this color scheme. I thought it was really summery, and I love the way that this looks on my nails. I'm definitely going to be keeping this for a good week at least. And this was actually inspired by a post that I saw on Instagram from Nail Storming, I believe is her username. So I'll pop a picture here so you guys can see the inspiration. I did really like the color scheme that she chose, so I decided to also do in that same color scheme. And I actually didn't even realize how similar the manicures ended up looking like. Usually I get a little bit of inspo from someone and sort of do my own twist, but this actually ended up looking almost exactly like hers. But I honestly don't mind because it's a great manicure. So without further ado, after this 2-minute long intro, if you guys want to know how I created this manicure, then just keep on watching. So starting off, as always, I'm going to be using a base coat. So today I'm going to be using the Holo long lasting base coat. This is my second time using this. I actually used this in my previous tutorial as well, and I'll have that linked up in the right hand side in the card. That was my Pride themed nail tutorial, and I actually really love this base coat. It lasted a really long time, that previous manicure with the rainbow, and it didn't come off until I basically removed it myself. I didn't get any chipping or anything like that. It lasted a really long time, so I was super impressed by this base coat. And if you're looking for something a little bit more long lasting, then I would definitely recommend checking this one out. And it actually applies really evenly, which is something that I'm super particular about, because if you have an evenly applied base coat, then your base polish will also apply evenly. So moving on to the actual nail polishes, on my pointer fingernail I'm going to be going in with China Glaze's nail polish in for Audrey. This is such a pretty color. This is probably one of my all-time favorite polishes that I own in my collection. It's just a really pretty bluish green sort of in between color. I would say it's similar to like a Tiffany blue sort of color, except it's a little bit more I guess deeper. It's not as much of a light blue color, but I really love this nail polish. I use it a ton. So yeah, and all links for all polishes and all tools that I will be using is always linked in the description box below. So now moving on to the middle fingernail, we're going to be painting that one pink. And for the pink, I'm using Essie's nail polish in Cute as a Button. This is such a pretty pink. It is a little bit on the sheer side, but that's okay. I did cut my nails, by the way. I didn't mention this in the beginning, but new nail shape. I change my nail shape and nail length all the time because my nails grow so fast, so I just change them up all the time. But then for the ring fingernail and my pinky fingernail as well, we're going to be using Essie's Tart Deco, and this is just a really pretty summery orange kind of color. It's not like a neon, but it's still sort of like that bright orangey color that I think of when I think of summer, you know what I mean? So yeah, really pretty orange. Again, this is also a little bit on the sheer side. Essie polishes tend to be sheer. So yeah, I did go in with a second coat for all of my polishes off camera. But before I did that, I did go around my nail just to clean up some of that extra nail polish that might have gotten on the skin or cuticle area, and I'm using my Twinkled Tea number 2 cleanup brush. So then for my thumbnail, I usually almost never film my thumbnail, but I figured that I would film it for you guys since it is a different color. I decided to go in with a yellow polish, and this is China Glaze's Girls Just Wanna Have Sun. And again, this is a little bit of a sheer polish because it's just a lighter color, so I did go in with a second and a third coat of this one, just to make sure that everything is all nice and covered. And of course, I'm also capping the edges to make sure that our manicure lasts a long time because this is a cute one. And then now we're going to go in and start the dry brush technique. So first thing I do is I try to take off as much product from the polish brush as I can on the actual neck of the polish bottle. And then I go in with a piece of paper. This is just those tiny little post-its, and then I continue to rub off any of the extra nail polish. I know it might seem a little bit wasteful, but honestly, you're barely wasting any nail polish since we tried to take off as much product off of the brush initially in the nail polish bottle. So for the dry brush technique, I decided that I would go in this sort of diagonal angle. You can do it any which way you want, but I just thought that it would look more like feathery that way. So I decided to go in first with For Audrey from China Glaze, the same blue polish that we previously used, and then I also went in with a purple just because I felt like it was lacking a color that we hadn't used yet. So the purple is the only one that isn't already previously used, just because I felt like it needed that extra pop. And then going in with the pink that we previously used, I'm going to go in and do the same thing. So I'm just sort of overlapping the colors, and if you realize that you covered a little bit too much of the previous polish, or you just happen to use too much, you can always just go over the nail polish again. So after this, I think I did go in with that first blue polish again, just because I felt like I covered a little bit too much of it. So just play around with it and see how it looks. You can always tweak it and go back with different polish colors until you're happy with the look. That's what I did. Just play around with it. You can't really go wrong with it. There's really no way to actually mess it up because the look is sort of this messy look. So yeah. And then once I was happy with it, I again went in with my cleanup brush just to clean up any of the polish that I happened to get on my skin around the nail. So once I was all done and everything was all 110% dry, I went in with my top coat. And you guys already know my all-time favorite top coat is the Holo Taco Super Glossy Top Coat. And I just am doing an even application on all of my nails, and I'm also making sure to cap the edges with this to ensure that we have a longer lasting manicure. And fun fact, I actually usually do a second and sometimes even a third coat off camera just because I love the look of super glossy nails, almost to the point where people always confuse my nail polish nails to be gel polish. So yeah, I love a glossy top coat. I feel like it just makes the whole manicure look really nice and profesh, even though we're doing it at home. And if any of you guys decide to recreate this, definitely tag me on Instagram or Twitter at lilypadpolish. As I said in the beginning of this video, this isn't an original manicure, but if you saw this before seeing the Instagram post that I was inspired by, definitely tag me because I would love to see. But yeah, that concludes this tutorial. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. It's a really simple one, and I feel like really anybody can do it, so I would definitely recommend you guys trying it out. And you can use your own colors, of course, your own color scheme. I feel like this manicure would be really pretty using more like summery neon colors, like if you use a neon green, orange, pink, and yellow instead of the blue and stuff like that. I feel like that would be a really cute manicure as well. I might do that myself, to be honest, because what is more summery than neons? So yeah, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. This is a little bit of a longer tutorial just because I decided not to fast forward my clips. So all of the clips in this tutorial is real time, which is why this video is a little bit of a longer one, even though this is a super simple tutorial. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know in the comments down below if you prefer a longer tutorial like this one, or if you just like the short and simple ones like my previous ones have been. I would love your feedback for future tutorials. And then also, if you have any suggestions of tutorials or any other type of nail related videos that you would like to see me do, also let me know in the comments down below. So again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!